I woke up in the marketplace while married with 3 kids. I wasn't sitting unemployed at the Gats, covered in black ash that I'd collected from the dead bodies of some poor souls that had been burnt.
Hi, Vishrant. I had a question. I don't often share things on Facebook, but I shared this post that I came across where these YouTube guys who are really into psychedelics went to India and went and gave DMT to a bunch of sadhus.
Oh yeah?
And they gave like the most potent of the DMTs from South America, from like frog.
All right. Yeah, I've
Yes.
never done that. I think it's cruelty to frogs.
So they gave DMT to this sadhu.
Oh yes.
And apparently he just sat there for 5 minutes unmoving, and then he opened his eyes and said, "Are you happy?" Like, yeah, I had an experience, but so what? And sort of that old story, where the psychedelics will give you a glimpse, but they won't allow you to stay there. So when I read the article about this sadhu, he lives in the Ghats by the edge of the river. He's smeared in human ash, and apparently him and his mates, they have like human bones in their beds that they've liberated from the Ghats. And it kind of made me feel really intensely inferior as a seeker, and more than inferior, just like the scale of what this chap is doing for the sake of pursuing liberation.
Can we add the word stupidity in there somewhere?
So I wondered, what do you mean when you say that? What's stupid?
Well, what's the point, really, in rubbing yourself with human ash and hanging on to a whole pile of bones? What's spiritual about that?
Well, they're meditating on impermanence.
Hang on,
Don't know if, I don't know.
I have it here.
Is that how you feel about it? Like that's why I brought it up, because like it is incredibly hardcore, but also maybe completely unnecessary. Your life as a seeker was pretty intense. I wondered if that kind of extremity is necessary.
I don't think so. No,
You don't think someone like that has some sort of advantage in the
I,
game?
I just think it's sensational press.
Well, that's good to hear, really, because I didn't particularly fancy doing what he's doing. But when I read it, and I suppose on reflection, I felt a little bit like hopeless about having this relatively, I don't know what to call it, pedestrian, modest, humane, non-extreme kind of seeking.
Yeah, but hang on a second, mate. I woke up in the marketplace while married with 3 kids,
Yeah.
while holding down a job. I wasn't sitting unemployed at the Gats, covered in black ash that I'd collected from the dead bodies of some poor souls that had been burnt. Okay?
Yeah, okay. I know you've had students in the past who, even after a while, have kind of gone, listen, I've looked at it and I just don't think I have the capacity in this lifetime to surrender. So I'm going to go, do whatever, have babies or make money or whatnot. And I looked at myself as like, I don't trust that making the leap and going completely all in on a spiritual pursuit, even though I'm already doing it. It's like I don't trust myself. I don't trust that it's a delusion or something. Can you comment on that?
Okay, so if you raise your consciousness levels, whatever you do in life, you'll succeed. If you don't raise your consciousness levels and you stay in lower consciousness, the chances that whatever you do, you will fail at. My interest was in raising my consciousness levels from the age of 19, really, because I could see that switched on people did very well in every endeavour in life, including higher consciousness, including enlightenment. And switched off people don't do too well at anything. They suffer incredibly. So I went for higher consciousness, and part of that was going for heart, because I couldn't see anything else that was worth doing here.
Yeah.
But I didn't get caught in thinking that if I went to the Ghats and covered myself in dead people's ashes, it would help me. See, to me, I had a teacher who told us to be ordinary, not super special, not covered in black shit, ordinary. And so my endeavour was to be ordinary. And that's a great endeavour, because no one competes with you. Being ordinary is wonderful. For many, many years, probably about 20 years, I wore beige so people wouldn't notice me, because that's a colour that people don't see. The idea of doing something special for spirituality, in my mind, is the wrong direction.
Yeah, that's, when you say it that way, that makes more sense.
So when I look at myself, I'm just ordinary. Not special, just ordinary. I went for ordinariness. I went for being present to reality, which is meditation. I went for openness, which allows you to perceive love. Ordinary stuff. While managing a family, while managing 3 kids, while managing a psychotherapy and naturopathy business. Ordinary, not special. And if I can do it, you can do it. In the marketplace. Not locked away in some ashram or monastery, but in the marketplace.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So simply don't feed that other stuff that I mentioned and focus on, like, the example of yourself.
Well, I'm an example of someone who's woken up in the marketplace. And nothing special about it, not really.
I think in my mind, what you did is really special.
What's that?
Well, what you have become, and also the singular total focus with which you did so much along the way.
Yeah, but that's my personality type. Totality, I learnt when I was a teenager that totality leads to success. And people who are partial quite often fail. And so just about everything that I've ever done in my life has been done with totality. And people used to say I was a bit exhausting to be around because I was so intense. But that didn't make me special, it just made me a winner. Totality rules.